G'day everyone, it's NQ Explorers again. We're up in the army camps once more. This is that army camp I did a hunt in a few weeks ago, and which I believe to be non-detected. So I'm going to have another go at it today. Found a lot of coins and things that were down in that area down there. Below, I've got the camera set up on that camp kitchen you saw in that last video. And I'll just have we'll do a few hours here, and then I'll go further up the hill where that old rubbish, that little army rubbish dump. We'll do a bit of a dig in there. And hopefully we'll come up with some nice coins and some military relics, and we'll see where we go. So I'll be back shortly with the first find. Thanks for watching the video. Okay, well, out of that quite deep hole, about 6 inches deep, is today's first target of any significance, and it's a webbing buckle. I'm not far from that camp kitchen where I got all those coins, so I'm just going to keep hunting in this area for a few hours and just see what I can come up with. So that was a deep target. So like I said on that earlier video, I'm going to have to go low and slow in here because we're at the toe of the hill. I think there's a lot of topsoil sort of washed down here over the years, and the targets are quite deeply buried. Actually, this buckle's quite interesting. It's got looks to be silvery, or has been silver plated. I'll see if I can get a maker's name off that, and I'll subtitle information off it. I haven't seen a buckle like that one before. Okay, back soon. Well, just over this buckle's my next target here. Ringing up beautifully. I don't think it's going to be a coin. It may be a maybe another buckle or a small grass item or something. It's not very deep, but the detector's only giving a very small size indication on it, so it's not likely to be a penny or anything like that. Or actually, it's looking better with depth now. As you're probably aware, the signals improve as you get closer to the target, and the target ID gets better. Well, this looks maybe a small coin, or it could be a tunic button. So, like I said in the previous dig, we get a bit of topsoil coming in here, and these targets are quite deep. Okay, she's out in the heap out here, off camera. Just here somewhere. That sounds pretty good. Hanging to high, it could be a button. Once again, no pro pointer. So let's see what we've got here. Just get a better angle on it. Well, it's ringing all right now. Okay, it's in the sand here. What's this? Maybe a button. Not sure what that is. Yeah, I think it's a shirt button. Good one. Okay, I'll just clean it up and I'll ID it. I think it's a shirt button. Looks like it's got that little depressed area where the thread goes through those 4 holes. So that's a good little find in this little coin patch that we had last time we were here. So on we go. Okay, well, this is typical of the little tubes I'm digging up here, and I was getting a lot of them last time. This one is actually, I can read this, it says dental cream. So something written here, but the tube's broken off. Obviously ration packed toothpaste, I guess. Good one. Okay, well, that just sort of explains the mystery of all these tubes I'm getting. Maybe they're all toothpaste and possibly like tinea or ointments and all those sort of things. But anyway, on we go. Well, a really jumpy signal along this old burnt branches laying on the ground. Dug in there, a big root mat, and out of there, at about 4 inches, the first coin of the day, and it's a beautiful little silver. Little threepence. It's a sheaf of wheat threepence. So, like, more than likely that's going to be a 925, be a wartime coin. I'll give it a quick clean and come back with a date. So that's great stuff. I'm not really in there. I couldn't really call this the coin patch anymore. I'm probably about 30 metres from that camp oven, and I was getting the coins up in that area. I'll just take you up over there later, where the hill slope is fairly steep. You can see where the diggers have benched the hillside to put their tents on a flat bit of ground, so it's interesting. I didn't get any targets up there, but anyway, that's good little coin for the start of the coins today. It's a little trip, and so I'll come back with the date on that. Well, there she is. It's a beautiful little 43 sixpence. I think there's an S mint mark there under the 3, so it's a San Francisco mint. Once again, as I pointed out in that last video, a 1943 coin would have been dropped new here. Couldn't have been more than a year old because the troops were all gone at the end of 44. So that's what explains the condition of these silver coins, or and the copper coins, bronze coins too. Look at that, that's just beautiful. The King's Ear, which is a high point which can wear pretty badly early on. Perfect. So there you go, little sterling silver threepence. On we go. Well, I'm going to risk a live dig on this one because it's such a good signal. It's probably going to be a penny or better. It's only a couple inches down too, so I'll just thing with these prospecting picks, you've got to make sure obviously you don't damage the target. This is principally designed for digging for gold. You don't want to be bashing your gold nuggets. So it's just about loosening the saw around the edges, and then we just pull it back gently and lift the item out of the hole. We don't damage them very often, so you just got to, you don't go like mad, but especially in these army areas where you could have ammunition. It's stinging over here somewhere now, is it? Might have it out. We'll go up to the car shortly, get a drink, and I'll get the pro pointer. Okay, it's telling me it's over here. You can probably see it. I can't. Hey, it's a button ripper. There it was, out to the side. Army button. Oh, and it's another nice condition too. Like I was saying in that last video, these actually, when they're were made new, they're black enamel, high gloss black enamel, and the enamelling peels off over the years, and you're left with the brass button. But that's a tunic button from the breast pocket. Good one. Okay, back soon. Now, just for a surface fine, live 9mm. Pretty sure it's a 9mm. I'll get the head stamp off that, and I'll measure the caliber. Pretty sure it's a 9mm pistol bullet. So, good one. Just shows you how undetected this area is, and stuff like that is just lying on top of the ground. Okay, on we go. I'm glad my happy dance wasn't on the video. That wouldn't have been too good to see, because I just found an Australia shoulder flash. And look at that, it has still got the pin, the split pin that goes through the epaulette. That is brilliant. I'll just give it a little quick clean, and I'll get it back into focus for you so you can have a look at it. I'll be back shortly. Well, there she is. Isn't that beautiful? It's an Australia shoulder flash. It goes on the end of the epaulettes on the other ranks and the officers' uniforms. So, and look at that. It's still got the pin, the brass pin that holds it. There's two holes in the epaulette, and these two holes, these two lugs that go through, and you pin it from the back of the epaulette and then button it back up. But boy, oh boy, that is in just supreme condition. Good one. Really happy with that. Okay, on we go. Well, my next target, not very far from that Australia flash, is a fired 9mm projectile. So, I'm at a little bit of a hot spot here. I'll get on with it. Well, more live ammunition. It's a tiny little round, this one. I'm not sure what that is. I'll once again look for a head stamp and get a calibre. I don't need your help there with Fahrenheit 1100. Okay. Well, I've got these bits of ammunition and that Australia flash all in this one area, so it's obviously a tent area or something like that. Looks like the boys have been busy here. That area there's like a flat with a tent being benched out a little slope there. There's some down below and looks like a bit of a slit trench in between them here. So that would have been a an air raid precaution. Definitely a bit of training, got to give the bloke something to do, dig holes. So that's probably an old slit trench, still here. And actually some of those gullies I was talking about in the last video probably could have been slit trenches too, that they dug between the lines, because Japanese air raids were a possibility. A big Emily bomber, flying boat, H8K, came in from Rabaul and dropped a stick of bombs on the coast just down from here. And so it was quite possible that this area here was in the range of Rabaul from the big flying boats. I mean, there's plenty of RAF fighters in the area to slow them up, but it was possible. So that's why these sort of precautions, they would have blackout precautions at night and things like that. Okay, on with the hunt. A big old ruin there. He hasn't spotted me. You mightn't see him on the video. Surprised him. Well, I haven't had a target for a while. I was just coming up this bit of a gully here. There's quite a large creek down the bottom there, and the camp continues on the other side as far as I can determine. So it's just acres and acres of it here. Came around these trees, huge signal, and unbelievably, or perhaps not unbelievably, look at this, another florin. It's a 2 florin army camp. That is a magic find. That'll be a sterling florin. It was quite, actually it was down in here under this root, so it's quite a deep target, but of course it gives a big signal. I'll give it a quick clean and come back with a date and maybe a mint mark. Looks like that might be 1941 actually. We'll be back. Well, there she is. Once again, have a look at the condition of that silver coin. That's how it came out of the ground. I just wiped the dirt off it. 1941 florin. The state emblems in that coat of arms in the shield are flawless. Look at the king. He's even got a smile on his face. How about the condition of that? Well, what a fabulous find. I can't believe it's a 2 florin camp, but I mean, obviously these blokes were getting paid and they had to buy things at around the shops in the area and that when they were on leave and that, so they needed money. So fortunately for me, they've dropped a bit of it. Okay, I'll just hunt around the rest of this tree. That's the first signal I've dug, so there might be some more here, hopefully. I'm directly behind the ruins of that old camp kitchen fireplace. Just as well this fella didn't go and get any further, because if this thing had made it to the fireplace, would have been trouble. Live 303. Check it out. We'll get a head mark off it. Good one. Well, we found a bit of ammunition up here today, as you'd expect. Okay, I'll just continue back up the hill towards the car and have a bit of a drink. Okay, where I am now is one of the tent floors. I'm standing inside the tent, actually, what would have been the tent 70 years ago. You can see here this earth embankment where the diggers have cut that out of the hill slope, which is reasonably steep, and then the soil's been distributed further down slope and filled, so they've got a flat area to put the tent. And they're all aligned in this direction. There's a row here, a row further up, there's that slit trench up there I showed you, and one of the camp kitchens is up in there. I'll have to research which actual unit was camped in this spot. It was an element of well, the last group in here were the 7th Division, but the 9th Division set the camps up. So it will be documented who was camped here. That'll be interesting to find that out, actually. But anyway, while I'm at it, I'd just like to say a big hello to Beer Barrel, Chris in Texas. I know you watch all my videos, mate, and I always appreciate your comments. Thanks very much. So happy hunting on your next trip out, mate. Okay, we'll be back shortly. I've just been having a little scratch in this army rubbish dump I showed you in the last video. Multiple targets, it's just a matter of persevering and bare hands and glass. It's a really great idea. But look what I've got so far. I've got a couple of nice webbing buckles. They're from shoulder strapping. This one's the belt end, and this one's here off. That's the webbing belt, the bit that holds the canvas together on the end of the webbing belt. And this little glass bottle, it looks like a medical vial of some sort. I don't know if it's got any writing on it. I'll check it out, and if there's any writing, I'll subtitle any information. So I'll just keep scratching around in this little bottle dome. Looks like a few of the bottles, they've all been melted from the bushfires, eh? Anyway, I'll keep having a look. There's still metal targets in here, so I'll just keep sifting through it. Okay, still on the rubbish dump dig. When I was here a few weeks ago, I said I might run the detector over and see if there's anything in here, if they'd dropped a coin. There were so many targets, I just sort of didn't persevere with it. But look at this. I've just dug a penny out of the rubbish dump. Good one. There's a big signal down the bottom. There's plenty of other signals here. What's that? Is that a button? Oh, it is. There's a button with it. Yeah, this thing's a little treasure trove, this rubbish dump. There's a little tiny breast pocket button, Australian Military Forces button, and a penny. I'll just get the date off the penny, and I'll be back. I'll keep digging in this rubbish dump. Well, there it is, the penny. It's a 44 Kangaroo, King George VI. It's really dirty. The dirt's really caking to this stuff, so I can't clean it properly here. I'll wait till I get home. But I haven't bothered with cleaning the King up too much. But that thing there, luckily it's been buried, so it wasn't burnt when the bushfires came through with this, because some of the bottles on the surface are melted. Okay, we'll stick with the rubbish dump then. Okay, still scratching in this hole in the rubbish dump. I think I've got a tag, or I hope it's an ID tag. It's looks to be stainless. Oh, is it? Oh, I can't. Could it be another ID tag? Army ID tag. Gee, I hope so. I'll be able to identify this to a unit then if I can get the soldier's name. Magic. Back shortly. I'll give this a quick clean and I'll be back. Fancy dropping that in the rubbish dump. Okay, I don't know what this is. It's been knocked up by a soldier by the look of it. It's metal. I think it's brass. Definitely rings up on the machine. He's got LITT. He started to stamp his name there, and he's got a 7. I assume that's 7th Division. And a jumble of other letters. That is strange. I have no idea what it is. I'd say someone's tried to knock up a bit of an ID disc, but it's not. That's probably what's ended up in the rubbish dump. Maybe Private Little, shall we say, of the 7th Division. He's trying to make another dog tag for himself. Anyway, I don't know. I'll keep digging in the rubbish. Okay, I'm still in the Army rubbish pit. Check this out. Looks like a spoon or a fork coming out of the ground here. Ooh, it's in there tight. It's giving a good signal. This thing's a... Maybe this is when they... this stuff was left here when they cleaned up. Hence that 1944 penny. Okay, that's right in there, that thing. I'll pull him out and have a look at it. Back shortly. Well, here's the result so far. My little rubbish dump dig. I've just put on this rock for display purposes. I've got that little medical vial, maybe, possibly a homemade, some sort of identity disc. Definitely, we'll call that Private Little of the 7th Division. We've got a 1944 penny. Some webbing off. These are off the backpacks. This one's off belt connector. That one's the end off the webbing belt. 2 forks, which clearly won't be sterling silver. They'll just be Army issue, but they'll probably be electroplated. They'll have a maker's name on them. So what I'm going to do, I'll leave that for now. I'll come back up here with Mrs. NQ and we'll bring a couple of our gemstone sieves and we'll sieve that little dump, because there's a lot of little targets in there that the detector, it's just too many targets in there, so we'll sieve it. It's only a small area, it won't take long, an hour or so. Might be another little silver coin in there, or who knows what. So anyway, that was a nice little spot, that little rubbish dump. Okay, on we go. Well, we're going to wrap up the hunt there. Another good day out in the bush. Found quite a few nice old military relics there that Australia flashes a ripper. A lovely silver florin, bit of ammunition and webbing buckles and things, so that's what you expect to find in these places. I'm going to come back and I'll bring Mrs. NQ with me next time. And like I said, there's just acres of this stuff up here. It goes way up. There's a creek line there and it goes up the other side of the hill. So no shortage of country to hunt, and there's just going to be stuff everywhere. The beauty of hunting this site is there's not a single modern target. Every target's either going to be a piece of ammunition, maybe a buckle or a badge, a coin. So it's just, there's no modern rubbish. There's no ring pulls, there's no aluminium cans, there's nothing like that to bother you. So it's, you know, pretty much a detector's dream, really. But anyway, I'll wrap it up here. I'll be back up in here in a few weeks' time. We'll do another video. So thanks for watching, everyone, and happy hunting on your next trip out. Bye for now.
Yeah.